Are you considering making the move down here to sunny Orlando, Florida? Well, stay tuned. Today's video, we're going to talk about everything you need to know before you make that move. That is coming up next. Hey everybody, it's Matt Allen here with the Allen team. Welcome to my station and thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. If you are watching this video, you might be in a position where you're thinking about making the big move south to the City Beautiful, also known as Orlando. I made that move just about 20 years ago myself, and it was one of the best moves I ever made in my life. So today's video, we're going to go through some of the things you really need to know before making that final decision to move down here. There's some really great things to know about Orlando, and at the end, if you stick around to the end, I'm going to do kind of a lightning round of things you probably have never heard of, or they might have been a myth about Florida, so we're going to run through those as well. So we're going to start with number one. So according to the website payscale.com, it looks like Orlando's cost of living is about 5% less than the national average, which is really good. The other really good thing is that our housing prices, I should say, is about 11% less than the national average. But keep an eye on that one because our prices seem to be climbing at a just enormous rate right now. So my guess is that's going to change over the rest of 2021. But right now we're about 11% less than the national average. The really funny part is our utilities are about 11% higher than the national average. Can you guess why? I would be remiss in August not to mention that you have to be aware of the weather down here. We are a humid tropical climate. Please keep that in mind, especially those of you that are moving from the north. I am a transplant from upstate New York, so I definitely had to get used to the weather. It does get very hot down here. I'm just going to run through some of the statistics of the weather here. The coldest month is January, and the temperatures run somewhere between 49 degrees and 71 degrees in our winter. Summers, it's like living on the sun. No, I'm just kidding. Temperatures typically get around 90, 95 degrees during the summer. And then you can pretty much set your watch to our 3 p.m. thunder or rainstorms, heavy rain in the afternoon. So that's what you can expect if you come down here, you know, and are craving that warm weather climate. You're certainly going to get it. So unless you're living under a rock, you have to know that Orlando is probably considered the theme park capital of the world. Good, bad, indifferent, that's up to you how you feel about that. But you do need to know that it's home to Walt Disney World, which is the largest theme park in the world. Just to give you a comparison of how big Walt Disney World actually is, it's 2 times the city of Manhattan. That's pretty big. So keep that in mind when you're moving down here, that with theme parks comes traffic, comes a lot of tourists, and a lot of interesting things happen down here. A lot of people ask me about the restaurant situation down here. The last time I could find some statistics on restaurants is we had well over 7,000 restaurants in and around Orlando. There's just about anything you want to eat down here. Mostly, no, I shouldn't say mostly, a large portion of the restaurants are chain driven, so they're national chains or chains within Florida. But there are a growing number of mom and pop, I like to call them, restaurants that are popping up. Breweries are becoming a very big thing down here. Whiskey bars, just different themed restaurants and things. And no matter what your palate is into, you can find probably a dozen type of restaurants that are available for that in and around Florida within probably a 20 to 30 minute drive from wherever you are. So that's good news if you like food. So the next item on my list is actually very interesting and very beneficial to those that are moving down here to Central Florida and are looking for a job. Job seekers actually just rated Orlando in 2021 as one of the best places to find employment. And it's largely due to our large hospital systems down here. Theme parks just raised their rates. Their hourly rates just went up. So there's a lot of opportunity down here to find a job, especially with the pandemic. Just like a lot of the country, most of Orlando is desperately seeking employment. All right, let's have a little fun now. We're going to go through the speed round of fun facts about Orlando that you may have heard of but didn't think were true. Surprise, most of them are. And just some interesting things you may not have known about Orlando. You'll see what I mean in a minute. All right, number one we're going to talk about is the Interstate 4, I-4. Actually, if you're heading I-4 east in Orlando, where are you going? You're actually going south. If you're going I-4 west in the Orlando area, you're actually going south. Why is that? Because the Interstate 4 actually goes from Tampa all the way over to Daytona Beach, kind of across the state, which gives it that designation of east-west. However, the portion where you're going through Orlando runs vertically south to north. So that's why that is. I actually never knew that until now. So there you go. Number two, the Sunrail. We have a Sunrail, which is a railroad. Fun fact, it's a great thing to ride on the weekends when you have nothing to do. I have personally taken my son on Sunrail rides. Not like other cities. I would not throw my son on a subway or some of the other mass transits in some of the larger cities, but the Sunrail is kind of fun. Number three on my list is Orlando is huge into soccer. You didn't know that. We have a men's professional team and a women's professional team, and Orlando goes bonkers over soccer. So if you're a soccer fan, this is kind of the place you want to be. Number four on my list is we have 4 cities starting with the word winter around Central Florida. Long story. I kind of read an article about that. It's really interesting. I'll save it for the next video. Number 5, sinkholes are a thing. Number 6, so are love bugs. And the last tip I will leave you with today, folks, is if you are near a body of water, whether it be a lake, a pond, a retention pond, any body of water here in Central Florida, 99.9% of the time, there is an alligator living in that water. I hope you enjoyed this video. I tried to provide as much information about Central Florida as I can. If you like this video, or even better, if you're thinking about moving here to Central Florida, please drop me a line below. Send me a comment just saying, hey, I'm looking to move to Central Florida, Orlando, Winter Garden, Windermere, Dr. Phillips, wherever it is, and ask me how to get started. I'm happy to help. I'm also going to put a link up here to some great videos about moving here to Central Florida and some of the great cities that are available. Thanks again for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again on the next video. Bye-bye.